All right, cool beans. I'm your host Hex. Been a while, I know, but we've been doing the PC grind, and honestly, we basically done with the PC grind. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch lately. Sorry, I just had to get the PvP going. So if you guys been wondering, I have been streaming quite a bit over on Twitch. So if you guys want to watch me play live, or if you have any questions live, go over there. I always answer them. I try in the comments, but I kind of lose track of time. I try to reply, kind of structure out the reply, and I kind of lose track of time from there. But yeah, twitch.com/Hexapod or twitch.tv/Hexapod. Check me out over there. I do a bunch of build videos. I go back, I'm not build videos. I go over a lot over there. You can just see me play live, to see what I can, how my play style is. You can also just ask me any questions. Also, throw out some ideas for some builds. Just have conversation, because honestly, you guys make my day when you guys, chat with me. But anyways, back to the meat and potatoes of this video. We're going to be going over a Torc tier list. Yes, the Torc of the Last Ayleid King that recently came out with Scions of Athelia update 41. Everybody wants to know, is this the Mythic worth it? Is this as good as everyone says? Honestly, it is a very, very good Mythic. It is a necklace. So if I was wondering, it is a necklace. I will be going over whether or not I find it, worth grinding, the pros and cons. But for those that don't know, it's a necklace. You do get all the leads from Infinite Archive, and it is quite a grind. It took me over 30 hours to get all my leads. So some people did take 5 hours to finish them all. So it all depends on RNG. So basically what this Mythic does, it gives you 500 stam and mag reco. It gives you 1,337. You heard that right. 1,337 weapon and spell damage. And the pinnacle of them all, 15% damage mitigation, a unique form. So this can stack with major and minor protection. This can stack with other forms of mitigation for Necro goes and any other ones. So this, we might be saying, Hex, this is too good to be true. There must be a catch. Well, there is one catch, and that is with this Mythic, you cannot use your set bonuses. So basically, your 1-piece trainees, your 5-piece, whatever, 2-piece battle orgs, 10-piece or 12-piece if you run that set for whatever reason, those will not proc. Basically, it nullifies all that. However, you still can use your armor weights and your armor enchants and your jewelry enchants and your weapons. So basically, you can still use full max mag or tri-stat. Those will still go to give you your buff your stats. You can still go full infused weapon and spell damage, and you will still get that benefit. And you can still use maces for penetration or axes for. Typically, I would go maces with this build because you really need penetration. You notice that you have very low penetration without battle orcs. And then you can use whatever weapon you want. So that's basically the setup. Overall run of the Mythic. It is a necklace, and obviously can't run it with any other Mythic. Does not work in no proc CP. So if you take it to Raven Watch, it's not going to work. I don't know why, but it would be pretty broken over there if it would be fine. So we're going to be going over every class. I didn't play almost every playstyle. I didn't do all mag or stam. Most of them I played stam. Some of them I did play mag and stam. So we'll be going over that. So this is my opinion, my playstyle. I'm mostly, a 1vx or 2vx. I love to fight super outnumbered, a very small scale. I've been playing a lot with my boy Sev. We've been destroying out there in the battlefield. So big shout out to my homie Sev if you're watching this. Type cool beats in the chat if you are. But anyways. So that's my playstyle. I'm not really a dueler. I really don't do BGs. I guess you can kind of incorporate IC with open world, but that's mostly my play. I love to play open world. I love to play, outnumbered. So it might be different for duelers. It might be different for BGs. So once again, my opinion, my playstyle. Okay. But if you guys have any opinions, or maybe I played it wrong, because I didn't test everything. I couldn't test every weapon, every combination. So if you guys have any ideas on how to improve builds or certain playstyles or certain setups, put them down in the comments. I will definitely be going over those and kind of seeing if any of them, because I'm still streaming the Torc. I love the Torc, honestly. But let's get into it, because I'll never stop talking. But before we get started, if you guys hit the subscribe button, it really goes a long way. Greatly do appreciate it. Also, follow me on Twitch, like I keep saying. But anyways, back to the meat and potatoes. So for the left, so let's get started. So for my rankings, we are going to have, what is that? Whoop, let me change that. That's D tier. So we're going to have 6 rankings. So we're basically have 6 rankings. So we have better than a build, regular build. So this is basically saying this Mythic is better than a regular build. A tier is basically on par with a regular build. On par, really, really solid. You maybe could consider it better, but it's really strong. B is pretty good. I would probably recommend more of a regular build, but B, really solid, really good. C tier is kind of average, okay. We kind of cooking maybe, kind of. D tier is, I don't think it's that great, and worse than regular build kind of speaks for itself. But let's go over the tier list real quick. The first we're going to go over is Mag DK. So if you guys don't know, anything that's green is going to be Stam, and whatever isn't green is going to be Mag. For people that are colorblind, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go off my audio cues. But let's go over it. So first one, Mag DK. I'm going to get flamed for this one, pun intended. But for open world, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good, but I'm going to put you in B tier. Actually, no, I didn't play Mag DK. I'm sorry. I played Stam DK, and honestly, I'm going to put you in B tier. Whoa, Hex. B tier. It's like one of the best mythics. Don't get me wrong. The damage, insane. Sustain, insane. Tankiness, some of the best tankiness I've ever hit. I hit like 13, 15k whips on people sometimes. It was insane. There's one problem. I'm so used to DK just having blood spawn and like just ulti gen and spamming and just leap spamming. Because that's one thing I kind of noticed when I was playing the DK. It's like there were so many times where I could have just leaped and got a kill, and it was kind of threw me off. Like I was expecting more leaps because that's my playstyle. I love to ulti spam, especially on a DK with Battle Roar. Just synergies as well, blood spawn and Daisy Trickery. Like if you love that setup, I really wouldn't recommend the Torc. But if you, for whatever reason, never ran blood spawn or used to use like Battle Roars or other setups, then it definitely would work for you. It could definitely work in 1v1 duels, definitely in BGs, but I didn't like it too much. I'd rather have my blood spawn and ulti gen. Mag DK, I didn't play it, but I would assume it's the same thing. Your heals will be a little bit better, so because you can heal spam more. So I would probably put you in B tier as well. Whatever's on the left side is obviously gonna be better than the right side. These two are basically neck and neck. NightBlade though, honestly, the damage was pretty good. Like I say, it's on par as a regular build. It's not better than a regular build. I would definitely recommend a regular build, definitely, because Valor damage definitely does carry the damage. Like that's one thing I learned with this Mythic is that you kind of have to use your ultis very, very carefully. Like with Balorgs, you're able to just drop it whenever the damage will be carried. Cool, got him. Who's next? But when you start running this ulti, you kind of realize that you have to go off the spec bow, the in-cap spec bow combo, and you have to do it when they're like at like a certain threshold, like 80% health. Don't get me wrong, the tankiness, some of the best tanking. I was super tanky with this, but there's so many times where like someone survived with like 3% HP, 5% HP, and they got away and they healed up and they started pelting me down. If I was able to kill that person, I'd be able to kill another person and then the person and another third, instead of just having them all dogpile on me at the same time. Kind of the way I see it, but then again, would I have been able to survive to that point? Maybe not. Without the thing, who knows? But that's kind of my way of saying I would definitely go NightBlade because concealed weapon just hits harder. It's stronger. Like it gives you permanent Minor Expedition on both bars. Plus, I can do an extra 10% damage. So like, why not? Stamblade, I'm gonna put you in B tier because I feel like on Stamblade you really do need the penetration and the damage from Balorgs. On Magblade, you do like basically 20% extra damage with your concealed. On Stamblade, you really don't do that much damage, so you do slightly less damage. So I feel like Balor's probably going to be better for you. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I definitely you can run it with this Mythic. But next, we're going to be going over Plar. And where do I begin with Plar? I won't even sugarcoat it. I played this maybe for half an hour. Maybe. Way less than 45 minutes. It was awful. I hated it. It's worse than a regular build. I absolutely despised the build. I didn't like it. There was nothing I enjoyed about it. The damage was just awful. The tankiness and survivability, amazing. But if you ain't killing nobody, then what's the point? Everyone's just going to get free cast on you. The problem with Plar is you run out of bar space. You have a lot of great healing. You have a lot of pressure. Like, in a 1vx, it's really bad. In 2vx, okay, maybe we're cooking there. We can start cooking with 2vxs. Once you start getting to bigger groups, definitely going to be better when you have Rallying Cry on you. Oh my god. If you get a Rallying Cry proc, if someone procs Rallying Cry on you with this Mythic, you're basically immortal. You're basically... The thing is, like, when I played it, I just did not enjoy it. The damage was so weak. You need Balords. You definitely need Balords on Plars, to be honest. It's the only thing that kind of makes it viable. Because, like, every other class has, like, a uniqueness to, like, burst you down. DKs have high dot pressure. Blades obviously have the hard-hitting in-cap bow combo. Sorc, have, there's Curse, there's Shulks, there's Blasties, Arc, it's kind of nice cheese, but for Plor, I feel like you just need Battlers to carry the damage. Now, for Stamplor, I would rate a little bit better. I actually did play both, and I would say it was a little bit better. Now, I did try them in 2 days, though. I did try them 2 different days. So, obviously, the fights could have been different. I could have been fighting different people. Everything could be different, but I did try it on the Plor, and I did actually did 2 builds. I did a 2H Wrecking Blow build, and I did a dual-wield, standard Jazz build. So, I did do 2 builds, and they both had their pros and cons. We'll be going more over that when we start. We're gonna make a build video for like how I would run the Torc with what setup, what CP. We'll do one for the base classes, and then we'll do one for all the DLC classes. There'll be 2 videos. One video for all 4 base classes, and then one video for all 3 DLC classes. So if you guys have any ideas or any ideas, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I would gladly appreciate it. But yeah, I tried both, and honestly, it's just, if I just had that extra bit of damage, like Purifying Light, it's dog water. The fact that you need to build it up, it's not set and forget like Curse. It's not set and forget like Shulks or Blasties or, the dot pressure from DK. Like, this thing has to be built up, and even if it does hit, it doesn't even hit that hard. Then you quickly run out of bar space. It's just, I don't know. But now, we're going to Sorc. Oh, baby. This is what you call a class. Sorc is honestly Mag Sorc is broken. Probably the best. Honestly, it is the best PvP class in the entire game right now. But the thing is, I didn't do the traditional range Sorc, like Curse, Streak, Execute, Crush, Shock, Frags. No, I did the BattleMage Sorc. What is that, you say? For those that don't know, a BattleMage Sorc is basically where you put all your points into magic, but you still use a 2H with Wrecking Blow and Executioner. Because if you guys don't know, the hybridization patch, basically, it pulls whatever resource is higher. So if our max mag is higher, it will still use it for Wrecking Blow. Even though Wrecking Blow does physical damage and cost stamp, it will pull our mag because that's higher. Then look, what's higher, weapon or spell damage? It's probably the same. If spell damage is higher, it'll still use spell damage. Weapon damage is higher, it will use weapon damage with max mag. And then our spell crit can be higher, which it technically is. It'll use that. So it's like a combination. Whatever's better, that's basically what gets used. Honestly, I was hitting like an absolute mag truck. So I saved this for last. And then I originally recorded this video, and I felt like something was missing. So I'm re-recording it now. So before I re-recorded it, I tried it a second time with the traditional battle orgs with death dealers. And then I just recently got off stream, and I did it with the BattleMage Sorc again. And honestly, you could debate this actually being in the regular build. Honestly, I'm going to say it right now. I think that the BattleMage Sorc is better than a regular build because of one thing. You are incredibly tanky. Are you going to burst sweats with it? Possibly not. Like, Battlers would definitely let you burst most sweats. But I'm a 1v-extra. I love to fight outnumbered. I need survivability. And honestly, with this Mythic, it's set and forget. I could just slot it, boom, done. Like, it's just crazy. Just completely wild. So for those that want a quick rundown, I ran Hardened Ward because, for those that don't know, it gives you a big shield and it also gives you a heal now on top of it. Yeah, your Hardened Ward also heals you now, which is kind of bonkers. Sorcs also get 10% more max mag if you don't have a pet active because, for whatever reason. The thing is, my bar was Hardened Ward, it was Streak, it was Executioner with frags, because if you don't know, you can actually proc a frag with a stam ability. So if you cast an Uppercut or an Executioner, you actually can proc a frag. And then I used Wrecking Blow. The Wrecking Blow more of that gave me Major Berserk because I had Streak on the front bar. And then my front bar ulti was Dawnbreaker because, oh baby, it hit hard. Back bar was Bound Aegis because it gives you 8% max mag, minor protection, and minor resolve, just a bloated skill. I did run Hurricane because it's just permanent minor expedition, and it can actually do quite a bit of damage when you're up close. I ran Crit Surge, and then I ran Dark Conversion, so basically the one that would cost stam and give me back my magic. You could go the other morph. I kind of went with that because I was running Tripods with my build, and then I ran Elisus. With Overload on the back bar, you could put Barrier on the back bar. That's just a quick rundown. We'll definitely be going more over it when I go over the build videos, but this is just a quick rundown for anyone else to try out the BattleMage Sorc. If you have any more questions, hop over on my Twitch. I'll answer more questions for you, no worries. Or you can wait for the build video. But anyways, this was insane. Like, the BattleMage Sorc is probably the best, like, the most fun I've ever had. Like, I love Sorc. I've always loved Back Sorc. Like, Max Sorc was my first class, my baby, my pride and joy. The fact that Back Sorc is completely broken when I saw it on PC, just icing on the cake. Next is, well, let's go over next, which is Stam Sorc. And to be honest, I didn't really play Stam Sorc. I didn't do the traditional Stam Sorc like Rally, Vigor. Could you consider BattleMage Sorc Stam? Maybe. Not really, but maybe. So I would put this in, compared to the other ones, I would probably go a traditional build. The tankiness would be good, don't get me wrong. But like comparing to the Mag Sorc, like if the Mag Sorc wasn't as broken as it is right now, I would definitely put this in A tier. But like how broken Mag Sorc is, it needs to take a step down. Once again, I'm a 1vxer, open world. I didn't really test it, so maybe it is really cracked. But I'm not hopping on the I'm not hopping off the BattleMage Sorc. It's so much fun. All right, next is Mag Warden, and I won't sugarcoat it either. I did not play Mag Warden. I feel like you need proc sets. You either need like Way of the Fire, not Way of the Fire, like proc set damage, like was it Ice Furnace, Masters, Maelstrom, or Draugr. I feel like you need that. So I didn't even try it. Stam Warden, on the other hand, oh baby. So before I tried this Mythic, I hated, but I like 2H, I like the ability, but it just never worked for me. Like, it was just rough using the skill. That's basically what this Torc is. This Torc is basically, if you love 2H, you're gonna love, if you love like Wrecking Blow or D-Swing, you're gonna absolutely gonna love this Mythic. Like, it gives you so much damage, but it gives you so much tankiness to learn how to play around Wrecking Blow. Because as much as I love Wrecking Blow, don't get me wrong, I love Wrecking Blow. It looks like a cool skill. It hits really hard. The only problem is it doesn't always hit. Like, when it lands, it's the most beautiful thing. Is it always going to land? Not really. They can, walk away from it. They can streak through it. They can cloak it. They can literally just walk away. They can root you and walk away. They can walk through you. Or heaven forbid, they stun you, which is perfect when you light up that, that Dawnbreaker. You put that shocks down, you uppercut, and right before your Dawnbreaker, right before your uppercut goes off and you Dawnbreaker, you get feared. And your combo just gets walked out. Gotta love it. But anyways, I'm going to put you, personally, if we're going off pure performance, I'm going to put you below the Blade. I'm going to put you in A. I think it was very solid. It was really fun. I used the Crystal Shield, the one that reflects damage, and I was chunking people. There's people that were actually dying to the shield because like they didn't know what was going on. And like with all the Mag Sorcs running around and all the the gank blades with the tarnish, it's very nice for that. It's really nice for that. All right, sorry about that. There's weird noise in the background. So basically, I did enjoy it. It was really fun. It made me love 2H and it made me love Warden. So let's go over the next class, which is Macro, and I didn't play it. Like, Macro is complete dog water, and yeah, it doesn't fix the class. Like, Macro just needs love. Crow in general needs love. It's not gonna fix Macro. You have no spammable. You have no good stun. You have dog water buffs that look good on paper. They look very good on paper. But then you realize that other classes just get like their buffs and like passives like permanently, and like they'll get 2-in-1 or 3-in-1s and skills, and it's just crazy. No source of major weapon or spell damage, or no major crit. Like, come on, dude, come on. 20-second armor buff, come on. Anyways, and that's another video for itself. Let's go over the Stam Crow though. I'm gonna get flamed for this one. I'm gonna get roasted, but I'm going to put Stam Crow in C tier. I did enjoy the Stam Crow more than I did the Plarg. I would say, whoa, Hex, you get 10% spell damage and 6% more spell damage for your passives for being a Plarg. Yeah, cool. You do no damage. You do no damage. You have no burst. Like with the Crow, at least I had Blasties to somewhat set up a combo. Blasties on itself is another subject. When it hit, like, the Dawnbreaker, Blasties, uppercut combo, it was beautiful. It felt great. I felt like I was on top of the world. The only problem is, it didn't always go off. Blasties, something about the skill needs to get reworked. Besides that, like, it doesn't fix Crow. Like, the thing is, if you think this is going to fix Crow, it's not. The problem with Crow is that it needs much love. It needs to be increased. Like, the buffs need to be increased. Like, by the time you're ready to go offensive, your half your buffs already dropped. So, what's the point? Your spammable is dog water. Like, you have no spammable. You gotta use uppercut. Don't get me wrong, uppercut's good, but what are you gonna follow up with? Blasties that maybe will hit. Hopefully, maybe if it doesn't get stuck or CC'd or die. You have no on-demand stun. Okay, cool. You have no source of weapon or spell damage or crit in the build, so you gotta find a way to slot that in there. You have a ghost that lasts 16 seconds and it falls off before you can even do anything. And if you use a tether, good luck with that, because you're gonna line of sight it and it's gonna break. Have fun. I want to say Crow's gonna get love in update 43, but honestly, I don't want to get my hopes up because I really feel like they really are gonna save it for last. I feel like they already met their quota for selling the Arcanist. Like, hey guys, you guys enjoy Arcanist? Well, guess what? This new class, this other DLC class, we're gonna buff it up now that you had Arcanist. Go get the other DLC class. But other than that, let's go over the last one. So for Arcanist, I did 2 builds. I did a traditional book build and I did the uppercut build, and that was fun. So we'll count. So they were both stand, but honestly, the book build could be considered for both because if you're running mag, you typically run the book build. I don't really see you running Arterial Burst as a spammable or like Crushing Shock. You would definitely Draugr for that. The book build is complete garbage. The book build is complete garbage. I would put, yeah, there you go. I would play Arcanist. I would rather play Arcanist over Crow. Actually, like that. I'd rather play Templar, and then I go to Arcanist, then to Ward, and then to Macro. So the problem was like, I don't know, like Crow is like Crow. What am I saying? The thing about Arcanist that shines, obviously PvE land is really strong. It's like one of the highest DPS. It probably is the highest DPS and highest cleave. Thing is, in PvP, it has very weird damage. Doesn't really output much damage without cheese sets. The thing what shines about Arcanist is that you are very tanky. You can literally decide if you want to die. If you don't want to die in Arcanist, you don't have to. You can literally decide you don't want to die in Arcanist. Problem is, you're not going to kill anybody. Now, the other one we're going to count, the Sam one, was the 2H build. And wow, I was absolutely loving the 2H build. You're not in level with the DKs. I'll put you in C tier. It was fun. I did like some weird build. I did the weapon spell damage buff. The one that you get the weapon, you go I don't know. It's like it gives you resources back when it procs whenever you do damage with the class ability. I use the tentacle to root them, put a dot on them. Not dot, but like the more damage taken mark on them. And that was just use D-swing into D-swing into execution. That's kind of what I was running. And it was fun. The survivability was really good. I would probably rather just go a traditional build with Battle Lords or something, or just something else. But it was really fun. I did enjoy it very much. And it was just fun playing off meta on it. It's just the only problem is you kind of do miss that burst, like, high dot pressure or really hard hitting bow and cap, or pre-cast like shocks, blasties, or curse. So definitely, Arcanist just needs lava, man. Like, how are we gonna have 3 DLC classes with dog water spammables and don't even have executes? Ward doesn't have an execute. Necro doesn't even have an execute. Doesn't even have any weapon or spell damage or crit buff in it. And if you even consider the stamp tentacle as an execute, no, that's a poor excuse of an execute. That's literally saying, oh, it does execute damage. Oh, cool. It's never gonna proc anyways. It's not gonna do enough damage. Why would I use it over Whirling Blades? I'd rather just use Whirling Blades, to be honest. AoE doesn't have a cast time. Did I even mention the cast time? Little for another day. But anyways, that's my tier list, because I need to shut up because I'll never stop talking. Once again, if you're just catching to the end of the video right now, this is my tier list. We have basically better than a regular build, A, B, C, D, and obviously worse than a build. Better than a regular build. This is probably honestly better than a regular build. A tier is really good, basically on par, maybe slightly better, slightly lower than a regular build. B tier is pretty good. I would definitely still recommend a regular build, but really, really good. C tier, it's average. Maybe you can somewhat cook up something. D tier is I don't know why you would, but if you really wanted the tankiness, go ahead. And worse than a regular build, the tankiness ain't going to do anything for you if you ain't doing no damage. Simple as that. Simple as that. Obviously, this is my opinion, more from a 1vxer / very small scale, like maybe 1v2, 1vx, 2vx. Like I hardly go any higher than 2 people in my group. So it's just me and one other person typically. So once again, this is my opinion. If you are a dueler or if you are a BG person, let me know how it goes in there. I would assume it's going to be really solid in non-CP, BGs. But now this comes to my opinion. Is the Mythic worth it? Is this Mythic going to make or break you? I don't think so. I definitely think this is a D-swing, like an uppercut training wheels. Like, this is literally the uppercut Mythic. Definitely lets you survive, do enough damage to enjoy uppercut. But is it like the end all be all? I definitely don't think so. On the BattleMage Sorc, is it fun? Yes, it definitely is fun, but you can accomplish the same thing with a regular build. Same thing with NightBlade. You can accomplish like all these other builds. You can do. The only thing about the Mythic is that you are incredibly tanky. There is no other setup that will make you as tanky as this and do enough damage and actually have sustain. And the beauty of this Mythic is that you can literally have just one setup and you can transfer it around all your characters. So like, let's say for whatever reason you're a Sorc main, right? And now you want to play DK, or you want to play, like Crow, and find out why everybody hates it. The thing is, you can have that one setup and you can transfer it over. So you basically can just have 3 heavy, 2 medium, 2 lights with all infused weapon and spell damage, and have your specific weapons like 2H or dual wield if you run that, and you can just transfer it across accounts. You need to get your tier 1s, put that Mythic on. You can probably even go naked with that Mythic on and still do work. But I hope this video was insightful, and I hope this video was entertaining. Once again, all this footage was over on my Twitch. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Hexapod. I've been streaming quite a bit over there, and honestly, I've been loving it. I've been loving PvP. I'm swapped over to PC. I have all 13 characters fully leveled, mages and Sigil Guild, grinded, not bot. I can prove it too on. I can prove it because I have all the lore books and actually all the quests done. So 13 too. So I have basically I have 2 classes. So I have 2 characters for each class. So I have 1 Breton and 1 Imperial for like almost every class. The only exception being NightBlade. I have actually 1 Khajiit NightBlade for both because it's the best for both. And I didn't want to do much grinding. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like the video if you liked it. Comment your thoughts, experience with the video. Also, anything I missed out, what video I should do next. Just for you guys to know, I will be doing next video. It's going to be the Torc builds. Basically, I'm going to do the 4 base classes on one video. So I'm kind of go over the play style, the skill setups, like the different variations on how to do the base classes. And then after that, I'm going to do another build video for all 3 DLC classes. So stay tuned for that. So if you guys have any insight or anything I should check out, please put them down in the comments. We'll probably be testing them on stream before I do the video because I've been having a blast over there. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy it. I was your host, Hex. But most importantly, cool beans and stay Zerged.